Well, there we are, a nice jazz intro. I hope you like jazz. I rather like jazz actually. Thank you for joining me on the Waters and Stanton video channel. You know, about 2 years ago we introduced a range of VHF antennas made by a firm known as Antennas-Amplifiers. We refer to them as dual because they do make quite a few dual band VHF antennas, but they also make single band antennas, and in fact they make lots of other products as well. They make some very nice HF antennas and some accessories, including some front end filters. Now, I was quite excited when I originally looked at their product range, and even more excited when we were appointed as the distributors for their antennas. And in fact, I admire them so much that I replaced my VHF antennas, such as they were. I'm not a great sort of operator on VHF. I just dabble and operate in a few of the contests. But I was so impressed with the antennas that I took my old antennas down and put up a couple of these new dual VHF antennas. One covers 2 meters and 70 sems on a single boom, and the other one is a 4 meter, simple 4 meter 2-element Yagi. Of course, they make much larger antennas than that. And Mike G3SED likewise took his VHF antennas down and replaced them with antennas from this range, and because he's got a much larger antenna plot, should I say, in his garden. And here you can see Mike G3SED's setup. The lowest antenna is the 6 meter 7-element Yagi. The next one up is the 9-element 2 meter Yagi, and on the top you've got the 23-element 70 sems antenna. And Mike makes the point that they come with copious instructions and every item is labelled, so assembly is a real delight. When you've been in the ham radio business for as long as I've been, you soon recognise a good product, and these are very nice antennas. In fact, I would say they're probably the best VHF UHF antennas on the market. Inside the box is a package, and it really is a very nicely made package, and the only criticism I would make is that it's so well packed that it takes a bit of time to unpack all the individual elements. They're very well packed, very well protected, and they come with very detailed instructions. You get an instruction manual there which is printed, and you've got illustrations on how it all goes together. Every element is labelled, so you can't make a mistake as to where you put it, and there are markers and labels on the boom. So it's very, very easy to assemble, and if you follow the instructions and you look at the labels, you can't really go wrong. Now here's something which I ought to tell you from experience that we've had in the last few years. Some manufacturers are now designing antennas in software and not bothering to build them and test them before they go into production, which explains why sometimes the U-bolts don't match up, the VSWR is not what is expected. It's because the manufacturer has not actually physically built that antenna before putting it into production. Antennas amplifiers work on a completely different system. They design the antenna. They then physically build the antenna to make sure everything matches up, all the parts match up, the U-bolts are in the right place, etc, etc. The VSWR is right, and the antenna performs as they expect it to perform. And once they've done those tests, they then, and only then, put it into production. Later in this video, you'll see them building a 40 meter 4-element Yagi, just to prove that they've got everything right. Mike G3SED had an experience a year or so ago. He had a 70 sems Yagi. and it just wouldn't perform as expected. The VSW wasn't right. Mechanically, there were some problems in it. There we are. So, be warned. We haven't actually had a single case where anything is missing. Now that's, you know, it can be really infuriating if you buy an antenna, and of course an antenna, generally speaking, comprises quite a lot of parts, and therefore there is room for error. But with this range of antennas, we don't get parts that are missing. It's a pleasure to sell it, and of course we get some very good feedback from customers who've used these antennas, and in fact more and more VHF operators now are realising that these antennas are serious products, and it's our pleasure to sell them. It's our pleasure to learn how well they work, and it's also our pleasure to know that we're not going to get any customer ringing up and saying, oh, you know, this doesn't work, or there's not the bracket is not there, the U-bolt is the wrong size, etc. So yeah, a great product. So what I thought I'd do, I'd show you some clips of some videos that the factory have prepared as publicity videos. I've just taken a few snippets. Would you give you an idea of the quality and the attention that goes into the manufacture of these antennas? Take a look.
Hello and welcome to Antennas-Amplifiers channel. My name is Dusan and my ham radio call sign is Yankee United 2 Alpha Alpha Delta. We have special product for you. It is 15, 10 and 6 meter band antenna. Its name is PA212850-21-12HD. It is a dry band antenna and has two separate connectors. Its boom size is 12 meters and it has 21 elements. 6 elements on 15 meters, 7 elements on 10 meters and 8 elements on 6 meter band.
Wow, what a great product that is. A new product from them. It's a DX antenna that covers 15 meters, 10 meters and 6 meters. A long boom. You need a big garden for that, but if you're a DXer with a big garden and a master supported, could be just the job for the coming sunspot cycle that we're climbing up very rapidly now. Now, I told you how impressed I was with the antennas that this company produce, and Primarily, we've been selling the VHF and UHF antennas, including 23 SEMs. But, as I touched on just now, they do some HF antennas, and I couldn't resist putting this clip in. This is a clip of their 4-element 40-metre Yagi. Yes, 4 elements on 40 metres. Now, it's not the sort of thing that would fit in my garden. It may not even fit in your garden. But as hams, we do like to look at some of these large antennas just out of curiosity. A dream, a pipe dream. Take a look at this. Well, that's some antenna, some monster antenna, but it just underlines the capabilities of the company. And for more regular antennas like the VHF range, they go from 6 metres, 4 metres, 2 metres, 70 SEMs, 23 SEMs, mono banders, dual banders. Take a look at our website. Go onto our website and type in the search bar there, dual, D-U-A-L, and you'll see the antennas come up there. And I'm sure there's something for you. And if you're thinking of changing your antenna because it's getting old or you're not really happy with it, take a close look at the dual range of antennas. And if you're thinking of buying a new antenna, well, put it at the top of your list because you won't be disappointed. Now, remember, the antennas are nicely packaged. They are labelled correctly. The elements and the booms are correctly labelled. There are no parts missing, nothing at all missing, guaranteed that. And they are pre-tuned. You don't have to mess about tuning, they're pre-tuned, they're correctly matched, and they're generously power rated as well. You can run high power into these antennas. Take a look on our website. So that's the end of another video. Gracious me, we're getting through them, aren't we, these videos? But I do appreciate the feedback you give. It's very encouraging, and I try to make them a little bit different. We're not this is the product you buy, this is the product you want, this is a product you want, this is our great prices. We don't do that sort of thing. It's not in our style. We know that you'll go onto our website and you'll have a look round, and if you are looking for a deal, you can always pick up the phone and speak to one of our sales staff. Don't forget to press the subscribe button. That reminds you when videos are coming up, usually once a week. But in the meantime, enjoy your ham radio. It's a great hobby, and I'm sure that I will meet you very soon, probably next week. Take care.